Welcome, Pisces and Pisces cross watchers, to your love reading for January 2024. So we have overall energy is Ace of Pentacles, and bottom of the deck here we have the Ten of Cups, and then we have some advice and what to expect, and of course we'll pull what each of you is thinking and feeling and actions or intentions towards each other this month from this deck. So we'll start with you here, Pisces, as I throw the cards all over. 1 second. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And of course, thank you for stopping by my channel. Okay. Okay. Wow, the cards are just flying out today. And we have the Lovers. Wow. Okay. So we have King of Cups reversed, Three of Pentacles, and Two of Swords for you. Your person has King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and Wheel of Fortune. So, Pisces, I feel like there is, I mean, obviously there's quite a bit of love in this situation. But what's interesting is I feel like you can't see it right now, which, and I'm sure I'm generalizing here, that's, you know, peculiar for a Pisces. Usually you guys are, you know, you have that heightened intuition, but something seems to have turned it off. We have the King of Cups reversed here. There's something that you're not seeing. It's kind of like you can't see the forest for the trees right now. Hold on for a sec. We're gonna, I just need the other little deck. Can we get, just gonna make sure it's upright. It is. Can we get a clarifier for the King of Cups? What's going on with Pisces? We have the Moon reversed with the Ace of Pentacles. So the Moon upright talks about intuition and kind of being able to know the unknown, right? And it's reversed. So honestly, I feel like your life is just really stressful right now. I feel like you have a lot going on. And it's almost like because you're managing, let's say, for example, maybe you have a big project at work, or it feels like, it may not be the actual situation, but it feels like you may have a project at work where it's like there's no guarantee of a promotion or of something happening, but you know that if you do well, that it is going to lead to something bigger, right? So it's like there isn't any direct pressure on you, but there is a certain amount of pressure to perform that you're putting on yourself for good reason, right? And it almost kind of feels that you are, hold on for a second. Then we have the Three of Pentacles for how you feel about this person. So it almost feels like you may want help from this person somehow. They may be somebody from work. They may not. It may just be someone from the same industry or something like that. It feels like this is somebody that it's almost like you may feel initially that you're able to teach them something, but I feel like those tables very quickly turn, where you feel like you actually have a lot to learn from them. I hope this is making sense. I think we're going to pull another. It kind of feels like part of you may not be able to see, you know, your intuition may be feeling like it's a little bit blunted. It actually feels like you may be doing that almost on purpose. More, not because you want to ignore what's happening or the potential here. It feels more that it's like if you see it, if you allow yourself to intuit what's going on, you know that there's something that you're going to have to do about it. And it feels like it may not be as high on the list as this project at work sort of thing. So it's like you're just kind of pushing it to the side for now. So the Justice, when it's upright, it talks about balance and can often talk about karma and that sort of thing. And I feel like you are, this might sound strange, Pisces. I feel like you may be focused on something right now that makes you feel really good. But I feel like you also know that if you continue, it's almost like you know that if you allow yourself to stay there, that you're going to miss out on something. And it's almost like you may have been in this other energy for so long that part of you has kind of forgotten how to interact or connect with your intuitive side. That sucks. I more because you are a watery sign, you're a mutable water sign, and not being able to connect with a part, like such a big part of yourself, must feel like it must be tough. That's all that was meant by that. Okay, so can we get one on either side? It kind of feels like another reason you may be kind of avoiding this. It's almost like you know that if something needs to be done about it, it's almost like you may be overthinking it a little bit. You know what I mean? Instead of looking at like going on a coffee date with this person or something like that, it's not just a coffee date and you know that. But I feel like because you know that a coffee date sometimes isn't just a coffee date, it feels like you kind of don't have the extra mental capacity because you're so focused on this work thing. I feel for some of you, you may feel like you are wary to go out with this person or to kind of expand the connection that you have with them right now because you know that you're not in tune with your intuition. And it's like, and you've seen enough and know enough to know that you kind of have to pick up on those subtle cues from other people to make sure that you're not walking into a situation that you're going to regret walking into. It kind of feels like it's almost like there's a whole bunch of change happening in your life right now, or change is about to happen in your life. And there is this aspect of your life seems to have been fairly steady, and it feels like something new kind of happening with this person. It just feels like it's just another thing that's changing. And I feel like it's like, even if it's good change, it still is kind of it almost feels like uprooting yourself to go with the flow, to, kind of allow these changes to happen. From what I'm seeing, I feel like eventually you hit a spot where you're like, you get a little bit of a case of the efforts. Let me explain that a little bit. Sometimes we make decisions with very careful consideration, and after careful consideration, there's kind of this clear plan, this clear way forward. I feel like because you have so much going on right now, it is really difficult to see the clear way forward. So it's more like you just get a case of the like, F it, let's just do it, or F it, let's not do it. You know what I mean? It just feels like throwing caution to the wind, as it were. Not that there's encouragement to do so, to make kind of a flippant decision about your life. It just feels like you get to a point where you kind of don't care. Like it's not that you don't care, you're not concerned about the outcome, more because it's like, that you've held this thing at bay long enough and it's just going to have to come in. So your person here we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is an interesting energy. It talks about someone that is like they have a good head for business. They are, kind of like a steady, reliable presence. It also talks about somebody that they have quite a bit, but they didn't get to where they are by just giving everything away. I feel like some people may actually look at this person. It's like, I feel like this person has a lot of people that are jealous of them, and they like to paint this person in a light that like, oh, they're selfish and they're really greedy, but actually people are just jealous of what they have and how they've built it. And it feels like even the jealous people know that this person is. Sorry, I just heard I'm just going to take one headphone off. Okay. So, sorry, I just heard like a weird, really loud bump, but it could have just been like the garbage trucks outside or something like that. Anyway. So this person actually is very generous, but because they do it in a way that's right for them and they're actually very strong about it, it's almost like it's easy for people to be jealous of them. And so I feel like this person is coming in. I actually find it really adorable. So like this person's coming in with this kind of business mindset, and they're going to come in and it's almost like somebody coming in acting like they're going to constantly be running this like cost benefit analysis, trying to apply the same principles that have served them well in business, in love. And I kind of almost want to cackle with laughter because in their heart, they have the 10 of Cups, right? Like it feels like somebody that will do absolutely everything in their power to keep that kind of business mindset about things. But at the end of the day, I feel like their heart is bigger than their head. You know what I mean? It feels like somebody that wants to come across as almost a bit rigid, but it's like the second you walk up to them, their face breaks out in this huge smile and they're actually like this really jovial, um, uh, kind of like gregarious, magnanimous character. I don't even know if those are the right words, to be honest with you. It just feels like somebody that is, it's like them being that rigid kind of stone face sort of energy is very unnatural to who they truly are. It's like it's almost like this person may have heavy water in their chart, but they're masquerading around like an earth sign or an air sign. It's that type of an energy. And their actions or intentions towards you is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about kind of the wheel turning in your favor. It's almost like whatever you've put out into the world is what's coming back to you, right? And I kind of feel like this person, it kind of feels like they're waiting for that good to come back. And I think it's almost like this person, they can feel it. They know that something's coming. They can feel that there's this kind of, change in the wind. They feel like there's a big change coming for them. It may be external. It may be something that's internal that they start changing, but I feel like their external environment changes. And as a result of that, they're forced to change. I feel like they're forced to kind of set aside this kind of facade that they've been putting on. And it's almost like, I feel like people end up respecting them even more when they do that, because it's almost like they're showing who they really are instead of who they want people to believe that they are, if that makes sense. So we have, I'm not going to hold these cards up just because they're a little bit graphic. So we have some advice and what to expect. Excuse me. So the advice is the Ten of Pentacles, and what to expect is the Knight of Swords. It's almost like you may absorb some of the, hold on for a second, some of that kind of confusion that is clouding your intuition right now. It feels like both of you kind of need to drop something, if you will. Like this person needs to drop the facade and feeling like they have to act in a certain type of way so people don't try to take advantage of them. They end up having to drop that. And I feel like you end up having to drop, it's almost like this intense pressure on yourself, or this feeling like you have to reach a certain type of goal, and it's almost like the pressure to reach that goal is so much that you not struggle with, but it's almost like you're not able to see how to enjoy your life on the way there. And I feel like both of you kind of end up needing to, or having to, drop that facade that each of you, like, because we all carry them, right? It's not to be negative toward either of you. It just feels like in dropping that certain, it's like the high expectations that each of you have of yourselves. It's almost like in dropping that, I feel like then you're able to see each other a lot clearer. I feel like there's this like, if you're already together, it's a renewed sense of appreciation for each other. It's almost like you're able to see each other through fresh eyes. And I feel like you're able to learn a lot about yourself by observing the other person. Now, what to expect with that Knight of Swords? I feel like this person may have a little bit of some control issues sometimes. What's interesting is that it feels like it's not actually natural for them to have that kind of controlling nature. But I feel like to a certain extent, it's almost like they've developed that over time. They've kind of honed that aspect of their personality in the business sense that has then translated into other areas of their life. And I feel like it's almost like once this person gets that is not the way to approach you, I feel like they drop it almost immediately. It feels like it's something that they have wanted to drop for a while. Excuse me. I feel like they know how to use that aspect of themselves, but that better not be the approach that they use to come to you with, because you've got so much going on here that it's almost like you wouldn't even notice if they were trying to, play hard to get or something like that, right? It's not hard to get or whatever, but it's like whatever that kind of control sort of element or whatever it is, I feel like you wouldn't really even, it's almost like it would feel like it would add stress to your already kind of stressful environment right now, that you wouldn't really even see this person if that's how they come to you. I feel like this person ends up being someone that's very, very protective of you. I feel like it's like, I'm going to be honest, it does feel protective. It does feel like there's a touch of possessiveness there too, though. I feel like they see you as like, if this becomes a, full relationship, if it isn't already, because of course that's up to you two and the decisions that you make. It feels like this person would see you as their strength. So it doesn't feel like that kind of protective. I mean, being possessive of somebody isn't, the greatest quality. but it feels more that it's almost like, hold on for a second. It's almost like this person kind of wants to keep you all to themselves, but it's almost like they know that they can't do that. It's almost like that's what the immature part of themselves wants, but I feel like they're evolved enough that they're able to look at it and like maybe they do want all of your attention to themselves, but it isn't actually what they want, if that makes sense. Right? It's like they want you to flourish and grow, and the more you grow and the stronger you are, um, it feels like the stronger the connection is between you, and it feels like the less they have that kind of possessive energy. But it does, it's like if you and this person and mutual friends are out at a bar or restaurant or something, it's like if someone walked up to you, make no mistake, this person is keeping an eye on things for sure. Anyway, I feel like I've been rambling. I think I'll leave it there, Pisces. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful and brought you some clarity. I love you guys, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.